Good evening. Welcome to the Bedtime Story, season 4 of episode 1 of Caught Up Loving the Trill 1 3. All right. I've already pre-read the first chapter, and I'm going to do a real quick review of that chapter. But before we do it, like we always usually, what we always do is we always have a bedtime cocktail. Now, we're going to start you off with the bedtime cocktail. It's a homemade margarita. And I'm using Exotico tequila, which is pretty good for the price. This bottle was $17.99 at your local liquor store or package store or ABC store, wherever you shop. Now, as you can see that I've already drank some of this. I've used this for my single saved and satisfied on Wednesday, and my bedtime stories that wasn't able to record on Saturday. So let's get it started. Huh? Let's get it started in here. And if you can see, I now have some official bartending tools. So we're gonna do one jigger, which is about an ounce and a half of tequila. We're not gonna do much. We're not gonna do much because I already had me a little early. And we're gonna do like a half a jigger. Now I could use the other side, but a half a jigger, or I'm gonna use the other side. See, I said I'm gonna use it. Feel like it. Lie to your face. I did. Okay. So this is the lime juice. Now, as the you can use simple syrup or you can use triple sec, which is a liqueur. Well, I don't have triple sec. I ran out. I had simple syrup. So in order to give you a little sweet, you don't want it to be just all the way tart. Okay, so I'm not even going to use the jigger for the measure. We're just going to do a couple of squirts, that in there, and we're not going to put too much of it in there because I'm also going to add some red grenadine to the mix. Okay, just because I like it. I like it. I really, really like. I'm for it, adore it. Just to give it some color, and I like to rename mine. So this is going to be the ATA Pink Margarita. Just a split, not a whole splash, but a split. Okay, so I just put a little just a. If this was a squirt, it'd be one. Okay, you just want it for color to make it pink, not red. Okay. I noticed that if I put like a half a jigger or a whole jigger, it's just gonna be a red margarita. And that's not what I want. And I would call it a pink lady, but there's an official cocktail called Pink Lady. And that's not what it is. So put the top on my Cabo shaker and shake, shake your body. I don't know what the words I'm saying. I am not saying the words right. No, but shake until your shaker gets cold in your hand. As you can see, it's getting cold on the outside. You have officially mixed it well. Okay. Take that top off and pour into your glass of your choice. I don't have a margarita glass, but this is going in my wine glass. Dollar Tree. I got it for $1 before they went up to $1.25. So I got that. Boop. So there you go. My pink margarita. All right, let's get on into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so in chapter 2, in the second book, it's ended with Tyson This is the husband of Toy. If you have not gotten this book, first of all, let me tell you, if you haven't gotten this book, you need to get it. Go to michelleelaine.com and get this book, okay? And catch up to me so you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? But we left off, and if you want to catch up, feel free to go to According to Akara on YouTube and get the bedtime stories and get caught up on my bedtime stories. When it comes to Caught Up Loving the Trill one, I took a break in in February. I was planning to do something else, but it didn't happen. But let's get back into it. A car tends to get off track. Okay. But we left at the end of book two. Tyson has a choice. He has a hard choice. Scar, his supplier that he's been working with for over a decade, has given him an ultimatum to get rid of Matt, or both of them gonna go see their maker. Okay. Um, if he want to stay good with Scar, but he comes home after his meeting with Scar to have Pablo, who is Scar's arch nemesis in the drug game in the ATL, meet Tyson inside of his house. Nothing worse violation than you come home and someone is already sitting in your house that you know you ain't give a key to. Okay? They sitting in his house. Pablo and his boys are sitting in his house, and they say he basically gives him an offer to come to his team. Okay, so that's where we ended when it came to Tyson. When it came to Toy, his still wife, but soon to be ex-wife, we left her having dinner with her parents and her sister, who is to meet her new boyfriend, or her boyfriend to meet her boyfriend. And come to find out, her boyfriend is a DEA agent, and he's been watching Mac and Tyson. Okay. If you wanted to get the backstory on it, go to According to AKARA-Bedtime Stories and catch up and get the book. This is only $12.99. Both all three of my books were $12.99. You can go to Amazon or you can go to michelleelaine.com. Either way, you can get your book. Okay? Moving on. Okay, so now in chapter one of Caught Up Loving the Trill 1-3, we have the author, Michelle, has taken us back down memory lane. Okay, she went back down memory lane with us 10 years ago. She's riding in the truck with Tyson. This is before they got married and had children. She's a student at Georgia State, and he stops off at one of the trap houses to catch somebody that has been ducking and diving him because their money has been looking real funny. Okay, and she's like, when they pull up to the house, she was rolling her eyes like, "Oh, oh." I said, "Why can't you just take me straight to your place? Like, I got a test, an exam to study for, and you doing, you know." He was like, "Look, I just have to handle some quick business. I have to have a quick conversation with my boy in here. It won't take me long at all." And she's like, "Mm-hmm, yeah." And he says, "I promise, it's not going to take me long. I'm just going to have a quick conversation with homeboy." She's like, "All right." So he kisses her on the lips And he goes under his seat, pulls out his gun, and she's looking at the gun, and she's looking at him like, conversation, eh? So what you need that for if it's just gonna be if you're just trying to talk to the brother, okay? Um, and he's like, look, I always stay protected, and I'll make sure I protect you. And he reaches across her into the glove compartment where there was another handgun. He pulls it out, puts it on her lap, you know. Okay, let me just go ahead and run in here and to give a good quick conversation. And before she can recant or argue with him, he then got out the car and slammed the door. Well, not slammed the door, but closed the door and went on up to knock on the door to, talk. Now, um, so she said, so she's in there, she's in the car. He's told her he left the keys in the car so that if she gets cold, she can turn the car on and warm up. So after about 15 minutes or so, she began to regret wearing her Georgia State hoodie. Yes, that's right, bitch. She went to my alma mater, Georgia State, stand up. Anyway. I'm a whole fool. But at any rate, he went she went to she started to feel cold, so she got out the car, ran around to the driver's side. Now, this his truck has a push button start, so it requires her to be in the driver's seat and press the brake and push the start button. If you don't have a push button start car, that's how you start the engine. You can't just press. You can't just and now you can have a remote start, but I don't know if it works inside the car. Number one, number two, it doesn't turn on the air. It just starts the engine. So she would have had to still get over into the driver's side seat to turn on the car so that the heat can come on. Plus, and to turn on the heated seats. So as she's enjoying the heated seats, and she noticed that she got a text message from her girl Brittany. That's her best friend. She was like, she sent her a text message. Where are you at? She said, now she knows she's a party girl, so she probably just got in from a party, recognized she wasn't in the room, and texted like, "Where you at?" you know, right as she was about to return her text, Brittany's text, she hears gunshots. Oh shit. She sees Tyson running out the house with a duffel bag. He runs around and gets in the passenger seat and says, "Drive." And she's like, "Drive? What is all this about? Wrong time, bitch." I'm like, "Wrong time, bitch," to be questioning. "Drive, bitch." He's like, he breathes and exhales with frustration, like, "Bitch, drive." He didn't say bitch drive. That's what I added to it. It's like, drive the car. Okay. She puts the car in drive and skip out of there. He said, hit University and hit 85 North. So she does, does what he says. Once they get on the highway, she goes into, "What the F you got me into? You got me on accessory to the crime after the fact as a getaway driver, as the accidental getaway driver." Now, you know what I'm saying? You don't usually, she goes in on him. Like, what the hell you doing? I know what you did, but you won't never sit up there and bring it to me like that. You brought me to your mess. And he was wrong for that. I agree with her. I'd be hot. I'd be heated too if he sat up there and brought me into his business. I know she knew what type of life how he made his money. She knew he was a drug dealer. Okay. She knew he was, but he normally did this outside of her presence. And for him to put her in a situation where she's involved in this, it could really fuck up her whole life. You know what I'm saying? This is not what she asked for. But at the same time, if she wasn't trying to ask for it, she knew what type of life he was living, I would have dropped him like a hot potato. Just saying. Anyway, but she still did, you know, she still did. So he was like, yo, bruh man was ducking and diving me. His money was looking funny. I finally caught up with him. He got rah rah with me. And I don't play with someone is playing with my money and my time, So Gun started talking. Okay. Desi got shot. Nate got shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once they got to their destination, his she parked in the parking deck at his apartment up North Atlanta with the Migos. She's bad and bougie. Anyway, she she goes into look, babe. He said, look, I know I don't normally do this and I'll never do this again. He goes into a whole bunch of promises of never doing it again. Um, I never put you in harm's way. I'll always keep you out of it. Little does she know, 10 years later, she'll be all up in the business. And he's going to put her in all the harm's way. Okay? But what I like that the author chose to do is that she had Toy realized that she chose to believe Tyson's words. She chose to believe it. It wasn't he ain't trick her into believing him, you know. He ain't trick her. He promised her, but she ain't stupid. She chose to believe what he was saying. It was a choice. Okay. I like the fact that Toy took ownership of the fact that she chose to believe him. Okay. Period. Because it would be kind of stupid to think that he wasn't putting you involved. So, snap back to reality, back to life, back to reality. Tyson is in his house, in his townhouse with Pablo snapping him back. So what's gonna be? So you gonna come to my side or what? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know you like that. I've been with Scar for years. I've been loyal to for years. So you're telling me, and of course Pablo goes running down his store like, I know what is going on. I got my ways of knowing, just like Scar have his way of knowing things. Right? He was like, So it's like, who is this dude? Like he's heard of him, in the past, but he's never met him in person. Which tells me, Tip, this might not be him. This might be DEA pretending like they're Pablo, giving him an offer. He don't know that. He don't know that. Okay? He don't know if this is DEA. He's never met Pablo in person. He don't know if this is Pablo. So he's really like, I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, but am I supposed to trust this dude that broke into my place, who is an enemy of Scar? So you in the same business? Do I even trust what you're talking about? Yeah, you know stuff about me. Anybody, anybody in the last 6 months who knows that I've been to jail, know that my wife is running a business. So and what, you know, But what really got Tyson is when he ran down, when Tyson was kind of, he ain't really feeling like he was gonna go along with Pablo. Pablo asked him, "So you really gonna do it?" He's like, "Do what?" I thought the same thing before I read the next sentence. Do what? I said, "Do what?" He said, "You really gonna kill Matt?" That is what took him back. That's what's like, wait a minute, this dude have some strings. Cause he had literally just came from meeting with Scar where he told him he had to get rid of Matt. Okay. And then he comes home with dude in his house. So how the hell you know something I just had a meeting with? Okay, so let me tell you what my theory is. My theory, and I really hope it's not true, is the same person that gives Scar his information is the same one that's giving Pablo the information. And that's Blanca. Only Blanca would have known that he was going to do have him take out Matt before. Know that he was going to have this meeting with Tyson, knew that he was going to require him to get rid of Matt. That's the only one I can possibly think outside of Homeboy bugging his suite. Because Scar is a bit of a creature of habit, which isn't good if you're going to be a drug lord. You can't be a creature of habit. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come to Atlanta, you always stay in the Waldorf Astoria and you always get the same presidential suite. You know what I'm saying? That's easy to know what room to bug. But whatever. Um, he could have bugged it. I'm hoping it is not Blanco. After he didn't just ask that would be the ultimate betrayal. But for the book's sake, that would be the ultimate betrayal. Okay, but at any rate, um, he was like, now Tyson's like, how the hell he know that? You know what I'm saying? And he's thinking like, you come, Pablo's basically offering you come with me, you don't have to do it. He says, so he's like, so you want me to come to you and work for you? He says, no. And this is the slick, civil tongued it way of some people. No, I want you to want to work with me. Nigga, please. Because this is what I was thinking. He can get out of killing Matt, but they both gonna end up dead. I feel like Scar will still find a way to kill them both. Number one. Number two, if he chooses to to not go with Pablo, okay, not to flip and go to his team. If I was Pablo, I'd kill him right there, because what you're not going to do is go run and tell Scar what my plan is. Okay, that's not what you're going to do. Okay, and then if he chose to go with me to come to my team, I'm gonna give him all the accolades until I get what I want, and I take down Scar, right, and replace him as the new drug lord in the South. Guess who's dying? Both him and his boy Matt. Because you're a traitor. I'm not gonna keep you. You're just delaying the inevitable. You gonna die either way. Is he ready to die on his heel? He have to make a decision on this. So he's like, so Pablo was pressing him like, so what you gonna do? He's like, yo, you can't imagine. I can't make a decision like this just like that. I'm gonna, excuse me. I'm gonna need some time and some more answers to questions. And Pablo smiles. He's like, all right. So you need time and answers. I can give you both at my place, because you're not staying. I'm not leaving you here, because you can just as quickly go run and tell Pablo. So guess who's coming? Pack your bags. You coming? I mean, go and run. Tell Scar. Pack your bags. You come with me, and you make yours. You get to see what how I run my operation. What position you'll be able to take. I answer your questions. You see what you can have, and I have an eye on you, so you aren't going to run and tell Scar about it. So pack your bags. You coming with me? It does. That's where it is with Pablo being happy because basically with him saying I can't make the decision, I need time and answers. Is he might as well just told him yeah. He might as well told him yeah because once he realized that he's back, he will be back at a position that he left before he went to jail and possibly be treated better and not have to kill his boy. And I can take down Scar. Your wife won't have any business going down. You know what I'm saying? And it's possible that he can get, his toy can get out the business just because Scar has went down. And that's if Pablo wins against Scar. If he's waging war against Scar, that's if he won. And he said in this chapter that he has had came up against Scar. They have history, and and Pablo admits that Scar has been on top. But this, he said, this time I'm ready. So that means there was a time prior to this where you tried to come for Scar, and Scar whooped your ass. So now you have it together. You got one up. You think by taking his boy, do you not think that Scar don't know? Just like you got ways of knowing, Scar got ways of knowing. Scar knows. I bet money Scar knows. Or he's gonna find out real shortly that it's possible that he's flipped because if if the way they do it is Pablo takes Tyson with him, they're gonna be wondering where Tyson is. Where he at? And if he doesn't make that decision within a couple of days, Scars is gonna be checking like Mac is still breathing. Why isn't he not dead now? So he's gonna have to make a declaration real soon. So that's the end of chapter 1 of Caught Up Loving the Trill One. Meet me again on Saturday at 8 o'clock for chapter 2 of Caught Up Loving the Trill One 3. Remember, follow me on all platforms. According to Akara, this will be uploaded tonight, God's willing, to YouTube. Go there, like, share, and subscribe. And also, I got merch. Yes, he will do it. This t-shirt is available at according to akara.springs.com, where you can get all kinds of wonderful graphic tees that just basically says words. I don't have any pictures as of yet, but I have it. I'm worth it. Yes, he will do it. God plus zero equals all I need. I have God is all I need. T-shirts as well as tumblers with according to Akara mugs. Tumblers. This I love this tumbler. It keeps my cots hot, my colds cold, and my lukewarm. And on the front it has my logo, and on the back is where you could follow me. As well as I have mugs, I have face coverings that says I'm worth it. I have t-shirts. I'm trying to think what else I have. Yeah, that's all. Go there, check it out, see if you like it, buy something. Okay. Also, if you live in the Atlanta metropolitan area and you need a mechanic to do some minor work on your car, like replace your brake pads, um, tire rotation, oil change, engine flush, or coolant flush, things of that sort, slide into my DMs. Don't call me. Don't call me. Okay. Don't dox me. Don't call me. Slide into my DMs or leave a comment, and I will get back to you. And hook you up with an awesome mechanic who happens to be my son. Um, he does work on my car all the time. He's the only one that touches my car from now on. Okay, hello. I mean, like I went somewhere by his recommendation. He was down for a minute, but so anyway, you all have a wonderful evening. Meet me back here on Saturday evening for our next Saturday at 8 o'clock for bedtime stories, episode 2 of season 4. Meet me back here for Single Safe and Satisfied on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Topic to be announced, and of course the morning chat. Yes, I'll do that driving my booty to work tomorrow morning. You all have a good one. And remember, love yourself. hmm I got to get a t shirt that says it. Love yourself. Love your neighbors and stay authentic. You have a good one.